Hi everyone, it's Gail, and we are going to do a question and answer session today, and I am going to do some collaging while I answer the questions. These are all questions from my last question and answer video, and a lot of people put questions in the comments, and so we're going to work on that today. And that first video, I'll try and link it below. It is under my tutorials playlist because I think I can't remember what all I did that day, but apparently we needed to be under the tutorials. So, and it was really based on beginners, and a lot of these questions today aren't beginner questions. Some of them are, but I think hopefully they'll be helpful to everyone. So let's say hi and hugs first to Stephanie, Patricia, Maggie, and Susan. Thank you all so much for your comments and for for your watching and for your comments. And okay, I need to do a couple more pages of the Art Nouveau. So that's what we're going to do a little bit, just so you have something to watch while we're talking. And I'm going to try the Scotch Create glue stick. You know, I'm a Oohoo stick fan, as you know, but I've never tried this, and I was gifted this one, so I'm going to give it a try, see how it goes. Okay, I've got my, I can't reach. I've got my questions up here. I'm just going to clip them so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so first one we'll wait until the end because it's just kind of a story about my life. Renee asked, how did I discover junk journals? Well, pretty much like you all did, I would say, which is on YouTube. So I was doing mixed media at the time and watching videos from mixed media artists, and I kept seeing all these junk journal videos, and so at first I thought, oh no, I'm into the mixed media. Nah, I don't need another thing to do. And then because I didn't really watch a video, then I watched a video, and that was it. I was like, I was hooked. And to be honest, other than a bit in my journals, I haven't done mixed media since. I used to do canvases and that kind of stuff, and I just haven't, because I just am, I'm just crazy about the journal making. It's just, what I love about it is you can incorporate all kinds of different art or crafts, whether it be doing crochet, whether it be doing beadwork, stitching, sewing, that's one of the things I love about. So that's how I discovered it, was on YouTube, like many of you, I think. Okay, this is weird because it's white glue instead of my blue, so that feels a little weird, but that's okay. Okay, so that was Renee asked that question. Annette asked, Annette asked me to do a within reach video. What do I have right at my desk? So I will get that done here soon. And I may do that and then do my crafting or something like that. So yes, I will do that, Annette, because it's changed since I moved my craft room around and expanded how much room I have and stuff. I want to do this one. These papers, by the way, are from Vintage Studio 717. I'll just kind of try and mention if I know whose they are. I don't know that I'll get them in the description box, but anyway, it has changed quite a bit since I redid my craft room. And so that was that. So we'll do that. Nancy asked, how long did I make junk journals before getting the courage to do a video? Did people suggest it, or how did it come about? So I made video before I was making junk journals, but it all kind of happened at the same time. I decided, I don't know. Nobody suggested that I make videos. I just decided that year, which was 2016, I just decided that I would like to give it a try. Because I felt like in 2016, I felt like our country, just in general, that we needed a little infusion of kindness. So that's how it came about, is I just decided that I wanted to, it doesn't matter, I wanted to spread kindness. And I also, I forget, I think it was way back before that I had started my Etsy shop. And the other thing is, I thought, well, I can show people what I'm making, whether it's mixed media or journals, and I can show them what I'm making, and then they might go to my Etsy and be interested in purchasing them. So that was kind of it too. And so, yeah, I made my first video in like the summer, I think, of 2016. And just haven't looked back. Yeah, and I got a lot of encouragement from people, I will say, from my subbies and such. Just a lot of encouragement about that they felt like they were valuable, my videos. So I appreciate that so much. So yeah, so I just kind of decided to do it. My first video was of my, shoot, what was it called? It'll come to me. I'm sorry. I can't think of it right now, but it was a Shannon Green thing. Not my mixed media book, but my, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll get it. Anywho, I loved doing that project. And so I thought, well, I'll just do a flip through of it. Very first video. Yeah. And I did okay. I mean, the one thing I learned is I was filming on my phone, and if you hold it the long way, your video's like this. If you turn it sideways and hold it like this, then your video is full screen. I learned that kind of at the beginning. So yeah, nobody suggested it. I just kind of challenged myself to it that year, and just thought I think part of it was I had retired or was going to retire. Like, I did my first video a couple months before I retired, and I just kind of knew I was going to need something, so anyway, that's how I got started. Let's see. How did it come about? Okay, Adria, how do you define all the different styles? Shabby chic, grunge, boho. Okay, well, you're just getting my take on it, but so shabby chic to me is lace and soft colors and ruffles and feminine and that kind of thing. Grungy is darker. is a lot of neutral colors, I would say. It's a lot of distress ink and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think that's what I would say about that. And then boho to me is bright colors, sequins, beads, think belly dancer costume. So that's what I think about that one. Sorry, I turned away to get some more papers. Yeah, so and then there's I don't know what you would call it, childlike or something, but like for instance, for little golden book journals, I like bright colors, no distress ink, primary colors, that kind of stuff. But anyways, yeah, so the vintage style is a variety of things. A lot of vintage ladies in vintage style, I would say. And it's more like, to me anyway, it's more like Victorian kind of looking. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. So like this Art Nouveau, I don't know what you'd call this style. I'm just trying to use papers that people are saying are Art Nouveau. I don't know. I am not an art expert, so I don't know. But yeah, so gosh, there's so many different styles, isn't there? And like some of the artists that I have noticed, it's like their style is their style, and every journal that they do, you can tell whose it is. I would say like Lori Girl on the Ridge is really shabby chicy. Sagita is really grunge or distressed. And most all of their pieces, you can tell, you can see that it's theirs. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Let me get it out, show ya. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, so that's what I think. It's just the kind of the elements. Like I will go more grunge or distressed in the man journal that I'm going to use or do than I would in like my shabby chic ones. I've done chenille covers for those. I've done really soft patchwork quilt colors, that kind of stuff. So, and then I would say like my Kathy Holden covers are going to be more for, I would call that a vintage style, because it's, it's old needlepoint. It's also the old oil paint, watercolor paint, I mean. And so yeah. So that's what I know about styles. Okay. Renee said, a different Renee, spelled differently, asks, will you ever do a live? And I have been asked that a lot. A lot. And I don't think so. For a couple of reasons. I'm not a fan of watching them myself, and it's just because I feel like, I don't know where I want that. I love it, but I don't know where I want it. I feel like the ones that I have watched, the people are too busy reading the comments to actually craft. And that frustrates me a little bit watching. So I'm not a fan of watching them. So that's one of the reasons that I won't do them. And also, it's just not in my comfort zone. And I want my crafting to be fun and stressless. And So, you know, and I feel like we chat. Granted, it's pretty one-sided when I'm doing my videos, and you know, and I want to do some more of these that are question and answer sort of things. I think that's really fun to see what's on your minds and chat about it, but not while I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to look at a computer. That would make me crazy. So no, but I will say, I had a comment today, would you ever see my face? And I do have one video out there. If you search Gail Augustinelli interview, it will come up. It's an interview I did with Jen Bishop from Dreams, Etc. She's also a designer for Blue Fern Studios. And we were at our retreat, so it's been a couple years ago, and we had a little interview. It was super fun. It was so nice of Jen to do that. So you see my face in that one, but generally, no. And let me just tell you, you're not missing a thing. Not missing a thing. Especially these days. Holy cow. You know, my hair's gonna be down to my waist before this dumb COVID thing is over. And then, so there's that. No makeup, 15 extra pounds. You know, it's just not pretty, guys. It's just not pretty. So, ooh, this one would be good. I'm looking in my scraps here. This one would go good. Yeah, so anyway. So that is that. Do a lot. And then Carmen asks, how do you get started with YouTube, and how would she get people to find her channel? Okay, well, you just do a video and you start a channel and you do your thing. And as far as people finding you, I guess I would say doing this, it's almost like a multimedia marketing approach, I guess is what I would call it. I think to get noticed on YouTube, you need to be a part of the community. You need to watch other people's videos. You need to comment. You need to, you need to spread kindness to other artists. And when you do that, they get to know you, And I would say the same on, for instance, junk journal groups on Facebook. Interact and give others some feedback and that kind of thing. And then eventually people start to recognize your name. The one thing I will say is it doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't. You have to be patient, because I've been doing this for over 4 years, probably 4.5 now, and it just doesn't happen overnight. Is all. It just doesn't. So being patient and letting it evolve. I think and this is just me. Cut that too small. Maybe I'll do this one. I think you need to have faith in what you're doing, and that it's going to come as it's supposed to. Put your best foot out there, and then trust that it will happen in the time that it's meant to. So that's kind of my thoughts there. Yeah, that's my thoughts there. Interacting with the community is my best advice on that one. Martha, do I like my new iPhone and the pros and cons? I do like it. I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I got that because it's supposed to have a better camera than, you know, a new and improved camera. And so, so that's what I purchased this time, and I do like it. You know, the thing is, when you change phones, there's always sort of a learning curve and a little period of, oh my gosh, I want my old phone back. but I've really liked it. It's before that I had the iPhone, I think it was 10, and it's not all that different. So I like it a lot. And I don't know, you know, it's a phone. It's good. And it does do well. The only con I can tell you is it has focusing issues on videos, but apparently they're supposed to fix that in an upcoming update, because and I just found that with the first video that I did after I got the phone. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not working very well. Okay, so yeah, I like it. Let's see. Jen asked, paper I print on, plain or coffee dyed, and weight. Probably one of the questions I get the most is about paper and glue, which I've done multiple videos on. But let me just say that I have a stack of a variety of different papers over by my printer. One is my 26-pound matte photo paper from Red River Paper Company online. And I like that for my pages if I want bright colors. These, for collage, I just use cheapo copy paper. I don't even know the weight. It's like the copy paper that comes in the case at Costco. And I like it because it's super thin, you know, and so I really like it for collage. Then I also have cream colored cardstock, which is what I print my tags and journal cards on. And then I have Epson presentation paper, which is white, but it is heavier. So I have that if I want a piece of a tag or a journal card that is brighter, and because the cream colored cardstock dulls it down. So then I have my full page labels, which I print some ephemera on labels, obviously, and anything else that I think might, I might want to just stick on. So there is that. Let's see. I also have flattened out coffee dyed paper, which, as y'all know, I get a lot of my plain coffee dyed paper from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop on Etsy, and her paper is really flat to begin with, and so it goes through my printer really nicely. Also have vellum over there for, if I want a vellum page. Now let's see. So the other thing I wanted to say is all my papers, except for the Red River Paper Company, are available on my Gail's Favorite Things on my website. So while we're talking about that, let's talk about my Gail's Favorite Things for a second. which what I want to say about that is that the Gail's Favorite Things, that's my Amazon affiliates links. A lot of people put them in the description box of their videos. I have it on my website, Gail's Favorite Things. There's a search. If you search on Gail's Favorite Things, I still get credit. And the Amazon affiliates program it's just another way you can support what I do, in that I get a small bit of money for any purchases through my Gail's Favorite Things at no additional cost to you. So that's what that's about. And so yeah, all of that, other than of course Emily's, isn't the coffee dyed isn't there. And I use coffee dyed when I'm printing, just for just if I want a grungier look. So there's that. Okay, that's going to stay down. That's great. Okay, we have 3 pages of questions. So moving right along. Sunny Smile asked, design team, do you have to be invited or do you volunteer? Well, first of all, let's just say that a design team is a digital artist or craft supply salesperson, has a design team to show their product and promote them, basically. And what the design team member gets is usually they get free product and they get, the recognition that they're part of that design team. So that's what a design team is. And based on the individual artists or shops, is whether or not you have to apply or you're invited. They do it differently. So it just depends on who it is, how they do it. So, but Facebook groups are a good place to watch for that. And yeah. And sometimes there'll be a YouTube video and they'll say, usually they say call for design team members or some sort of wording like that. So yeah. And then, but if you're interested in a designer, you could, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You can always just contact them and see if they're looking for any new design team members, and if they would consider you to be, ooh, look at that one, that's nice. If they would consider you to be on their design team. Linda, how do you get vibrant colors on digitals, or is it controlled by the artist? Well, some of a design is based on what the artist has done, but to get brighter pages, it's the paper that you use. So using just this cheap copy paper, the colors are duller than they would be if I was using my Red River matte photo paper. Oh, I got one little spot right there. So yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the paper. And as I said, the Red River Paper Company paper, matte photo paper, or the Epson presentation paper, those are the ones that will give you a brighter print. Oh, good. We're only at a half hour. Okay. Okay, Barbara, how how to order from Etsy. What if you haven't got a printer? Okay, that question requires requires an answer. That question is hard to, the how to order from Etsy is a hard one to answer, because I've had requests to do a video on how to order from Etsy, how to download, how to save, all of that stuff. Well, I started to do that video and I can't do it because too much of my private information shows. So I can't do that. But to order from Etsy, basically, I suggest that you set up an account and have your credit card information in there. The reason I suggest that you do that is that if you are trying to get a journal, and the journal person, the artist, tells you when they're going to put their journal on Etsy, and you want that journal. Well, if you don't have your credit card information already in there, it takes time to put it in there. Or if you go through PayPal shoots you out to their website first and then takes you back to Etsy. All that takes time. And the person that's going to get that journal is the person that's got their account all set up on Etsy. They have their credit card information in there, and they hit buy it now, and boom, they have it. So so there's that. That's one thing I would tell you. And then I'm going to do one that's not all that stuff. So get your account set up, and then just follow the prompts. You're going to click on the item. You're going to say either add it to my cart or buy it now. And then with the digital items, you're gonna then need to download them onto your computer. That's the other thing that's hard about doing a video, is everybody's computers are different. And my particular computer is ancient. It's real old. So I don't know that it does things like most people's computers. So, but anyway, you'll download it on there and save it. And the way I have my digital saved on my hard drive of my computer is I have a file called downloads. Then I have files by designer. So I have Love Junk Journals. I have Roxy Creations. I have Shabby Dabby Doodah. I have Artie Mays. It's all alphabetized. And then within Artie May's folder, I have her Winter Tales kit. I have her other kits. And then, so the file for that kit, you open it up, it has all the pages, all the ephemera, whatever. So that's how I organize mine. So, I mean, I hope that helps. It's hard, and the gal that most recently asked me about the digitals, about doing the video. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I don't know. Maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know where it went. It just went out of my head for no apparent reason. And so then Barbara, her other question, what if you don't have a printer? You can save your digital downloads on a thumb drive, and you can take them to like Staples or someplace like that, and they will print them for you. I have no idea how much that costs or anything, but But yeah, I know you can do it that way. And to be honest, I really, as far as like an iPad or something like that, I have no idea. I use a full-size personal computer, and so I don't know how you can do it over an iPad. Maybe somebody who does it that way or knows could leave a comment. So yeah. And then the next one, Candace, Old Quilt as a cover. How do you use an old quilt as a cover, I guess is the question, maybe. And I collect vintage quilts, and so I can only bring myself to cut up a quilt if it is like beyond repair. So and then what I do is I just cut them in usually 9 by 12 pieces, and then make a 9 by 6 journal out of them. So, you cut it whatever size you want for your particular journal that you want to do. So let's see, what else? Angela, what to do with glue book pages when they're too sticky? You saw me doing it. So these have gotten sticky, so I have this one that I will make a tag out of, and these will be journal cards, or like you could make a pocket. I use them as bases to make other things, putting collage papers on them. These I cut up and make tags and journal cards out of. Somewhere here I have, here's a journal card made. It's backed with coffee dyed paper and other plain paper so it can be written on. So I'll cut these up. I haven't done the backs yet, just because it's more fun for you to watch if it's patterned. So anyways, that's what I do with them, is I just use them until they're too sticky, and then I fold them in half, and sometimes I leave them out to dry too if I want some big pages. So that was Angela. Rose, since declining Happy Mail, have I made a dent in my stash? Oh, that's a great question. Oh, goodness. Not as big a dent as I would like to. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. I've been de-stashing and putting things on my Etsy. So, and just randomly doing that. I haven't done videos to say, hey, I'm going to put stuff on Etsy. I've just been doing it. So, and it's been going great. People are picking things up, and thank you to all those who have done that, because it's a help. So, well, maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, so I can't even tell you guys how much that has freed up my time and my life. I really honestly didn't know how overwhelming it was until I quit receiving it. It just it's so kind and so appreciated. But as I have said, if you want to support what I do, you appreciate my videos, you can join my Patreon for and there's various tiers, but the lowest tier is very nominal, and you get access to all my videos. So yeah, it's helped a lot. So, oh, I just love that. I can't. These are Roxy Creations, these ones. I'll go this away. Yes. Yeah, so, as you know, I'm continuing to do Etsy shares, and so I have Etsy sellers sending me things to share, and that is awesome. It's great to be able to do that. It's one of my joys, really, in doing all this, has been here we go, folding another journal card and or pocket. That's one of my happy things, definitely, is doing that. Let's see. Lala Gamma, why do some artists need to delete videos to make room for more? I honestly don't know. I've never deleted any videos. I have over 1,000 out there. So, I mean, I don't know. On Vimeo, you have to pay for your space, that's how I do the videos that I do over on Patreon. And I have to pay to have enough room to do the amount of videos that I want to do on Vimeo, which is kind of, I don't get why maybe they don't advertise or something. So I'll be honest, I prefer YouTube because I don't have to pay to belong to YouTube. Yeah. So I don't know for sure on that one, but so I don't know on that one. Cami, what crafts did I do as a kid? Oh my gosh, just about everything. I sewed, I crocheted, I used to do these, I used to do decoupage. I mean, Mod Podge has been my friend for many years. And, no, that's too big. Oh, I don't want music right by music. What do we got here? What do we have that we could use? Maybe use that one down there. Let's see. Crochet. I made quilts. I made patchwork quilts. I didn't make fancy quilts. I made patchwork quilts. Sewed. I drew. The one thing I didn't do much of was painting. I did a little bit, mostly in my art classes at school. So yeah, I've been doing things, crafty things my whole life. I will say another thing is I have been a journaler all my life. I've only made journals for the last 4+ years, but I have been a journaler, a personal journal, for ever. I mean, I had a diary when I was super young, and then in my grown-up years, I have done many diaries, and I used the ones that you get at TJ Maxx that are hard cover and just have the lined paper. That's what I used until I found junk journaling. Okay, yay. I'm having a good time. Okay. Oh, yeah, the video on purchases, downloads, and storing digitals, and I can't do it because of the privacy thing. Judy Ann, digitals for sale in journals. Oh, yeah, she had the question about sort of which digitals can you use in journals that you're going to sell. And what I would encourage you there is when you're looking at a digital, go to that seller's terms of use. Usually it's in the bio or the about section or something like that, because people have their own rules on that. Not everybody's the same, I guess is what I'm going to say. So I would check the terms of use. For the most part, digital sellers, I mean, they want you to buy their digitals, right? So they're generous with that with that. Like, I don't think I could ever make enough journals to use up my quota with people. And, you know, and that's like of one digital. So, you know, if you're allowed to use the digitals in items for sale 500 times, well, are you really going to use that digital 500 times? So, like I say, they're generous. It's a generous sort of amount, I guess. And then, so again, check your terms of use with whoever you're buying from. And then the other question she had was journal pricing. And oh my gosh, I get this question all the time, and it requires such a long answer. You guys, I get tired of trying to answer this one. So maybe this video I can just refer people to when they ask me. So here's the thing on journal pricing. I tell people, if you haven't sold your journals before, maybe an idea is to go on Etsy, find similar journals for sale to the one that you're wanting to sell. And then, you know, see what 3 or 4 of them are priced at, and then you'll have an idea where you should price yours. There's a lot of things to consider when you're pricing your journals. So cost of materials, time it took to make, how many one-of-a-kind vintage items or other kind of items that are one-of-a-kind are included, how complicated the cover is, and how much ephemera you have in it, and how much of that is handmade. And so there's a lot of different variables, I feel like. So there's that. And then another thing to consider is, you know, if you're known in the journal community, or if you're just starting out. And there's that, because once you have a wider audience for your journals, you can charge a bit more. Now, I have been told that I don't charge enough for my journals, but that's my decision is based on, I would like people to be able to afford them. And so that's kind of, I feel like, a little bit of a balance too. And I do charge more for my journals than I did when I very first started, because they are more in demand than they were when I first started. So, so there's that. And then again, back to the old mixed media marketing. You can't put a journal on Etsy and just think it's going to sell right away. I mean, it might, but you know, you have to market yourself, because you know, and that's why it gives me such joy to help out Etsy sellers by showing their things, because it's hard to get noticed there without that. So so that's a few things. I am not an advocate for free shipping on Etsy. I think if you market yourselves in other ways, people will come to your shop. And so you don't need to give free shipping so that you'll show up in their search. I still don't show up in the search half the time. So, I mean, which is fine, because I have enough of an audience on YouTube that that people come to my shop to find my things that way. So yeah. it's kind of tricky as far as that goes. And but if you have a YouTube channel, if you are on Facebook groups that allow you to show your items for sale, that kind of stuff. Junk Journal Boutique on Facebook allows you to sell your things there, or mention things for sale. Some of the groups don't, like Junk Journal Junkies. That's why they created Junk Journal Boutique, was so there was some place for people to say when they have a journal or supplies or something for sale, or digital. So there's that. I guess one thing I might say, let me see how much time I have left, a few minutes. One thing I might say is, I don't know how to say this delicately, so I'll just blurt it out and work with me here a little bit. But I feel like at times people feel like it's just, I'm just going to get on YouTube. I'm going to have myself a channel. I'm going to, I'm going to sell my journals or whatever other art they do, and don't realize how much work this is, honestly. And don't get me wrong, I love it. So it's happy work for me, but it's a lot of work. I've said before that I spend 3 to 4 hours a day just doing the correspondence, because that is YouTube comments, that is comments on Patreon, that is messages on Patreon, on my website email, my regular email, my Etsy shop, and I think that's it. And my Facebook business page, my Cinnamon Toast Facebook business page, and on Instagram. So I have all those places to check every single day in order to answer your questions, and honestly, to create a relationship with my viewers. And to me, for me, that is the most important thing, because I love you guys. I mean, you guys have saved me as much as you say that I saved you through COVID and everything. Oh, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have you to talk to every day. So creating the relationships is super important to me. And so that's why I still answer every single one. Even if it's just to put a heart on a comment, I read every single one and try to respond if you have a question. I may not always do it in a timely manner, but I try, because I do look at that stuff every single day for 3 to 4 hours. And then there's, the time filming, the time prepping to film, the time filming, the time cleaning up before filming something completely different, and any of you that have an Etsy can vouch for me on this one. It's a lot of work to have an Etsy. I mean, I tell you, I don't like spending time at the computer and doing the listings. Oh my gosh, it's just a lot of work. It is. And a lot of time at the computer, getting things packaged and ready to send out. It takes a lot of time. So all that to say, I hope you'll appreciate your folks that you buy from on Etsy, that you watch on YouTube. It doesn't all just magically happen. That's, I guess, what I would say. Okay, quick review on the Scotch Create. It has strings, and I don't love that at all. So that's a con. Seems like it's sticking well, but no better than my Uhu. So So it's fine, but I don't like the strings. And I'm going to use this up for sure because, okay, I've got a little spot right there. Needs something. Needs something. So anyway, I say all that not to be complaining because I'm not at all. I am so grateful that I get to do what I love every day, interact with you all and all of that. I'm just saying don't expect it to be just easy because it's not. Some days it's like hard to think of what you want to do. Sometimes it's like you have things you want to do, but they aren't video worthy. And so it's like, oh, you just have to kind of balance your time that way. Oh, there's one. Yay. So it's fun, and it's an awesome thing to do when you retire. How people who work outside their home do a YouTube channel too is beyond me, honestly. I have no idea how they do that. This guy's just hanging over a little bit, so let's just chop him. But I appreciate having all your questions because I can't think of what you might want to learn about or questions you might have. Okay, I'm flipping those over so I can put coffee dyed and such paper on the back. But yeah, so if there's something I didn't answer so that you could understand, you need clarification or whatever, this glue is also super sticky, more so than the Oohoo on the fingers, I mean. Okay, so anyway, put those questions or ask for clarification in the comments below. If you have other questions, please ask, because I'd like to do these videos every now and again, just because I think there are a lot of questions out there. When I first started making journals, oh man, I had lots of questions, and I just watched videos until I figured it out. But yeah, so thanks everybody so much for watching. Have a grateful day, and we'll just see you in the next video. Bye.